Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to VP4TV. We have an unexpected match, one that wasn't scheduled, but it's the first match in this year's Virtual World Snooker Championship in VP4. It's between MC Clarkey, who's from England, or the UK flag that is, and somebody called Coldest Pillow, who has just arrived in the lobby, or at least they just appeared a minute ago, and they have disappeared again, I think. Yeah, they have come and gone as quick as that. The room should be going up any second. In fact, it is up, and Matt has got himself in. Coldest Pillow has arrived again. We'll get in the room. In fact, they're both in and they're about to lag off for the break. And these matches on the winner's side are a race to 6, which of course is nothing like the Real World Championship, the one that is running at the moment. They're first to 10. So Matt has been given the break. Coldest Pillow won it, or won the lag. Matt's a very competent snooker player, goes for his shots. Coldest Pillow is on 1408, so whatever matches of snooker this person has played, he hasn't won many, which is not a good sign. And he's got the Welsh flag. Now, Wales has a reputation of having world-class snooker players. Ray Reardon was probably the most famous, 6-time world champion. You've had Terry Griffiths, who was a world champion, 1979 world champion. He won it, he was unseeded, and he ran all the way through and won the thing. You've had Doug Mountjoy, who was a Welsh snooker player. I think he got to a semi-final or a final, I can't remember, but he didn't win it. And you've got, in the modern day game, you've got Ryan Day, you've got that young boy Jack, whatever his name is. His name has just escaped me, but he's got a very good lead against the former world champion Neil Robertson. So we're in the early stages. Let's just try the camera from the other end. Yeah, that, for the snooker table, I'd need to adjust it. Jack Jones, that's it. Welcome to Napnicker. I should remember that name, because I mean, Jones is the most obvious Welsh name you're ever going to hear. But I don't know that I'm going to get many of these matches in this tournament, simply because a race to 6 could end up being a good amount of time for matches that start even in the early evening. I'm more than likely going to catch any that are on my days off, but that'll be about it. Anything that starts after 7 PM, could more or less forget it. It's just not worth starting to do something and then having to quit it midway through when it's getting a bit too late for me. Now, the obvious thing that Coldest Pillow has to do is to prove that this 1400 rating is some sort of anomaly. And the one thing I always look for, particularly in snooker, is the one-dimensional player and the all-round player. Now he needs the blue to come to his rescue. Well, it has done as far as the red that's nearest the corner. Now Matt, knowing what he's like, can sometimes be enticed into going for these things, but you know, you wouldn't normally in a proper snooker table, simply because you're not guaranteed you're going to get in a colour. And I certainly wouldn't be taking on that red. And there lies the problem. He's going to have to take a long blue or cut the pink into the middle pocket. Or if you can see the green, you can't. You're looking at a way of getting back to the reds. So the cut into the middle, and there ends the break as far as it looks, because I don't think he can get any of those reds. The one behind the pink will go, but this isn't great position. You know, it's sooner or later you're going to run out of luck. But I think, you know, Matt's looking at Coldest Pillows rating and reckoning that there might not be a lot coming back from him, but that's something you can't risk doing. When I used to play this on a regular basis, I was much more safety conscious, because I knew that I couldn't score as heavy as a lot of the other guys. Oh, so you're the one that's been ripping the points off him then, the LS3. Now, just an update for those who watched the stream last night. I mentioned it in the lobby earlier on today, but not a lot of people were around. But if you caught any of Friday Night 9-ball last night, you will notice that we had a female in the tournament, one that we weren't sure that was a female or not, but she has a name of Amy, and Amy as her logo, and a Scottish flag. And I was wondering as to who it would be. And I found out this morning when I got up to play some cowboy with the guys early this morning, and Tam came into the room, or formerly known as Tornado Tam, real name's Gary. That's a good shot. And Tam said to me that he had been out in the town last night. Good afternoon to Semi-Pro and Cobra. Tam had been out in the town last night, and he'd got his stepdaughter over to look after the dogs, because he's got dogs. So she was babysitting the dogs. At least that's what he thought she was doing. But it turned out she booted up the PC and signed up for Friday Night 9-ball. And he tells me that she was actually in a ladies' team and played pool in real life. So I think she did pretty well in the tournament. I mean, bear in mind she doesn't play a lot of VP4, but I think she did pretty well. Got fairly deep into the tournament last night. So that answers the query as to who Amy was last night in the tournament. So Matt's good safety, the snooker behind the yellow, has got him the reward, and there's reds here to score. We'll go to the World Championship view. Now I'll be back in a little sec. Hang on. Right, I'm back. So go and get a bottle of water. Well, Matt didn't stay long at the table, I see. Coldest Pillow's got a 20-point lead. Well, fairly straightforward pink into the middle, just a roll through. Unless you want to come back for that red above the black. But just a simple roll through. The only problem with the roll through is now I have no clue what that was. That is a strange shot to stun the cue ball stone dead and leave it there. I mean, if you roll through, you open up the angle on the red that's right in front of the cue ball. So that wasn't the shot of somebody who would know exactly where they want to go with the cue ball. And it's gifted Matt a start again. And there's enough points to get himself back in it, but he's got to be careful here, because if he, like I say, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are, if you start sort of taking liberties and going for shots that you really should be looking for a half decent safety, if the other person you're playing is good enough to just start taking reds and colours and then ducking for cover, sooner or later they can start just pulling away from you in the frame, and then suddenly you find out you're under pressure. And Matt's in exactly this situation right now. He's got a deficit to make up here. So welcome everybody. This was unscheduled. I was watching the snooker at the time. Matt sent me a message just about 10 minutes before this match was due to start, so it's a bit of a rush job. But if he's on any sort of form, Matt should be clearing the table here. The obvious issue is getting down onto the yellow. Now you need that decent angle either high on the black, which you know, that isn't high. A higher angle would bring you up past the pink so that you could take that red into the same pocket. So he's now going to have to stun or draw, whichever he's happy with, and he's stunned into the pink and it's all gone wrong. So now he's got a line of balls for cover here, but he hasn't got the legs in it, I don't think, has he? Well, the red's certainly got the legs, and he's got the cover behind the blue and pink, and that's now really horrible because it's right over the top of the brown, and it is a Chinese snooker. But it's a big target to hit that red, and I think it's a bit too tight to the cushion. Now that might go in, it might go in, and it's gone in, but the cue ball's gone in as well. That's a disaster, that's unlucky. So Matt now with an 8-point lead and the colours at his mercy to seal this first frame. Now, as I was saying earlier, it's unlikely I'm going to get many of these matches purely because of the potential length that they could take, and also the time that they start at. I think Slim said that he's off all next week, so we're hoping that he can catch a few of them so I can watch them. But matches that are starting at, you know, 7 or 8 o'clock at night, there's no way I'm really going to do them. There's no point in starting them when I can't finish them. All I'll end up doing is watching the start of them and then going to bed, because I'm back to work as of Sunday, and then it'll be my days off on well, I finish early on the Tuesday, and then I've got Wednesday, and Thursday off, but of course with Thursday being my last day off, then the other problem is again what time matches start at. So first frame goes to Matt. And by the rating, this should be a 6-0 whitewash. If you're going by rating, that is. Now, I've mentioned it before and I've shown it on my YouTube channel. There is a break that you can do in snooker where those two reds that are over on the left, they go to the left rail simultaneously, and they usually block one another, and you can try and get behind that green ball. It's a pretty reliable break if you can get it right, because it leaves nothing on. Well, the rating does mean a little bit. It means that from 1500 they went down to 1408 fairly rapidly, so it means that they've not been winning many. But again, it could, I don't know, it could be somebody that's changed their name, we haven't a clue. Now this cue ball going nowhere onto the black or anything like that, but that little bump and draw there has got the pink out. Now when he pots the pink, it'll go back onto its spot. It's potentially blocked by that other red for going into this corner. I think it is, aye. So the pink going on its spot is not really going to be that great. And I think he's going to be blocked here. Yeah. Well, that red that's the third one in there, the one that he's looking at, I don't know whether he can get enough of that to actually pot it, so he's looking at lining up the plant. That was well done. Oh, and he's just let it run. That's the thing about the snooker table. The cue ball will run through. You just get that little bit more top on the cue ball, and the cue ball will run away from you. You've got to be really delicate. That's probably about as high as my highest break in VP4. Well, loads of check side, as they say in snooker, but he's fallen short of the blue. So now it's either the green. Now the green will bring you back up into this area, but it's a very narrow window to get on that red or that other one. See, if you finish short of that red, you can cut this one in where the donut is. If you get down on the line, you can pot that one into the corner, but the black's tied up. Well, he's trying to go the other side. He's trying to go there. This looks pretty good. And once again, though, bottom side of the red is not the problem. The problem's getting out of there. So he's got to get a fair bit of draw in this, or screw, as they say in snooker. Again, he's left it short. So it's hard work. Now, the green isn't good either, because you've got to slam this in with loads of top to run around the angles. The yellow is possibly in the way, and he's avoided that. and the line looks good, but again the pace this time is very good as far as getting on the red's concerned. Now the crazy shot would be to take that one and smack into the reds and then hope you get on a colour. That's the crazy shot. He's trying for a little bump and it hasn't worked out. So the break goes to 31, and the next thing to do is just to tickle that black ball and run up in to the long grass, and that's the right shot. That's what I like to see, somebody being sensible, taking your points and running for cover. Is it 67? I can't even remember when I did that. I don't know the last time I basically can't see the ball now anyway, so I don't want to embarrass myself with playing the bloody game. So Matt is in again. Nice angle on the brown. A player since 2015. Must have got to have been online under a different name at some time. Can't believe they've left it this long to come online. Well, again, no position on a red. So, again, just, well, he's trying to squeeze that in. That was some shot that just squeezed in past the black. That was excellent. I would never have got that. That's what happens when your eyes start to go. Yeah, I couldn't convince myself that I could get that in that pocket. Well, one of these reds could end up on top of the black here. Well, he's managed to just skim it, and now it needs to keep running. And that will do. Now this is a good angle in the pink, just to come in behind those two reds and finish on that one into the same pocket. I don't know whether you want to, because it's not, I mean the one at the back of the black will go, but I think the line would allow you to come back over. Even if you bump into the reds, you've got to be on that other one. Well, he is trying to just hold it, and he's not on it this time, or again my eyes are deceiving me. Now those two reds aren't a plant. Well, this is not easy. But again, confidently played. And just making sure he gets enough points to take this second frame away from Coldest Pillow. It's 53-0. And of course, that takes it to 58. And there's still 59 in the table, but there won't be in a minute. I've never seen that guy at Rossi or whoever it is. I've never seen them play snooker. Well, Matt's target now is to set the highest break for the tournament. Break goes to 35. Now again, that red has not moved, so it will still go behind the black. And He's got an angle where he can stun this firm and go on the black, which he's done, and now he wants to just pot this black and nudge into the red. Just a little bit of screw on the cue ball. Well, he's nudged it the wrong way, he's got it the wrong side. Wanted to sort of draw that full in the face. So he's just tried for the double, but that seals the frame. And the break ends on 49. Oh, is he? Oh, well. We'll keep an eye on that then. Well, he probably won't last long in the tournament then at that rate. But then again, when you say that, look at Stubb. It's highly unlikely this guy, Rossi, is going to get kicked out of the tournament when Stubb is at it all the time. Well, he's on the black, and going to have to really force this in to get anything. Well, the safety on here is fairly straightforward. If I can get my lines to work, hang on. You play that red there to send it, excuse me, to the top cushion. Look at the lines. Look at the red following the line. And that is well done. That's exactly out of the 9ball.com Tactical Genius Safety Shot and Snooker book. That was well done. Now, it's dead easy to get into the back of the pack here. This is a standard safety shot, you know, just to roll it dead into the pack. The only thing you might leave is a touching ball, which leaves it easy for your opponent just to push down into behind the baulk colours. Now that'll be an interesting match to watch. I mean, I think Stubbs got a great chance in that. But the thing is, you know, Stubbs' problem is going to be staring him right in the face. He's going to be going for shots, and he's going to get picked off doing that. Even though Barker's was playing crap the other night when I seen him, he's too good not to be good enough to be feeding off Stubbs' craziness. Well, there's another good safety from Matt, and this is how you destroy people at this game. You know, there's other ways to beat people other than just trying to take on everything that's there. You know, give them problems to deal with and just bide your time, because the chances will come. Mistakes will be made. And there, Matt's landed on that red after Coldest Pillow's safety there. That was a bit of good fortune. Now, once again, that red that's the second red from the right of the pink is the one to try and skim off of. I think the only problem there is it's fairly tight to miss the other red. Now he's going for the one at the back. The only danger with that is you're pushing it over towards the corner pocket. But again, the length of the cue ball, is it running? Not quite. No. Once again, you could be crazy and go for the cut in the red when the safety shot is far easier. That's what I'd be doing here. Now you're just relying on, again, luck to get on a colour. And he is on a colour. Well, it's a stun. Well, this is a big draw. It was actually, to me, the right shot was to play the stun and play the red above the pink. Because then you had a choice of trying to maybe stun down for the black or come back up for the blue. So all that Coldest Pillow got there was 3 points. And Matt, again, this is the other thing you should be doing, is look at the pack of reds before you play a safety if you're going to play off the pack of reds, because you want to know where the reds are going. Or at least get a reasonable idea where they're going. Now again, the safety is there. Something like that. But again, he's going for the cut. This is what a lot of players do in VP4. They did it in VP3 as well, where, you know, as soon as they see a red on, they'll go for it. But to me, I mean, look at the way these reds are. If you're good enough now, you're going to be scoring a fair few points. But I think if you've just lost the first 2 frames, you've got to cut and run here. Attack can sometimes be the best form of defence, but the way these reds are sitting, if you make a mistake in your Coldest Pillow, Matt's just going to feast off these. I've forgotten what your name is again. What did somebody say it was last night? Good afternoon or good... Well, it's good afternoon, isn't it? Well, that's a nice position on the blue. And Coldest Pillow has to build on this. That's right, Winnie. And this is the one that could be the problem. Because Coldest Pillow's rolled the 5 over, or the blue, the 5, the blue ball over the side pocket. And Matt misses his red, but he's got good cover. So this 20-point lead or so that Coldest Pillow's got might not last long. I mean, there's no real problem getting a colour. If you pot a red, more than likely you're going to have a shot in the blue. What's happened here? Have we got a... Oh no, I thought we'd a disconnect there. Well, that's too heavy. That's way too heavy. And too thin on the red. And there's enough points on here for Matt not only to get back into this, but to build up a decent lead here in frame number 3. looks like using the angle that's there just to roll through, come off the cushion, or a little stun, depends on how much the angle is though. Yeah, just running it through. Let's get down this end. Well, he can brush off the red and go through, but you can't be too heavy because this cue ball can easily leak away. It's a lot gentler than you think. And he got it thick enough. You get that red too thin, you end up in the corner here with virtually no shot. So he'll take the red, I would think, near the cushion. If he gets near the cushion with the cue ball, he's got the, well, I don't know whether that angle was all he had just to draw back. I thought he could just stun down to the cushion there. Now from that side, you can go around the corner. Again, you just go forward and go around and to come on this side of the two reds, or you can stun it firm. And he's played a little draw to take one into the side. He's got multiple choices here. Where's the pink ball? That's up in bulk. So really this is what he's got to work with until he gets out of shape and can use the blue ball as the emergency bailout colour. And he'll do that now. This probably is the red he's playing for. So the break goes to 30. That now takes him into the lead. Now with this shot here, you can go forward with a bit of left hand side to hit the cushion and come back into this area. Because if you don't, well, he's going to draw off it. And that was well controlled. If you played it with left hand side, you would end up in a similar area to where he got to there, but he was quite comfortable playing the screw shot for it. Might be a bit straight now in the black. Yeah. So we'll probably just come back an inch or two, take that one into the middle. Just come back a wee bit more than he would have liked. Break goes to, what is that, 46? And now he's going to have to go up table. Blocked himself out with the red. So just drop the blue ball in. Now you can again screw off the red for the black. I think, well, there's a bit more angle. You can go behind it and come out. So now the objective is not to snooky yourself with the brown. There's loads of room to just stay up top with this yellow ball. He's going to take the green to make it easier to get on it. And that's well done. So the first half century of this year's tournament. Oh, he's going to end up snookered. And there endeth the break. But it's frame number 3 to MC Clarkey. Well, at least it will be. There's 22 points in the table. Now that might be tight enough to the blue to limit the angles that are available. That's actually pretty good. but he could, oh, just missed it. So it won't be a foul and miss because Coldest pillow needs snookers. Now these balls are lined up pretty good for snookers, but he's going to need a whole bucket load of them, I think. So there's what, 34 difference and 25 in the table. So he needs another 3 snookers really. And all Matt has to do is just roll the green over a pocket, or in this case cut this green in to take away any doubt in this third frame. So up and down the table for the pink. Bit of left hand side on the cue ball. Needs a little nudge. That'll do it. And the pace is good, that's perfect in the black. So Matt is going to be too strong here for Coldest pillow. That's frame number 3 in a match that started 45 minutes ago, and that's pretty good going for 3 frames. So Coldest pillow is going for damage limitation here. Shot to nothing in this red into the side, and again that is well done. Now straight away I'm ducking for cover here. I'm heading behind the brown, using that green ball to do that. Needs to watch he doesn't double kiss the brown, which he has done, and that's excellent. Again, a huge target to hit these reds. It's easy to go 2 cushions into the back of the pack. You've just got to watch you don't come out the other side and leave that other red on. And he has done. Needed to be a bit more gentle and a slightly better line with that cue ball. Well, now Matt can be crazy and get into the pack of reds. They're not really sitting great. Well, he's doing the right thing. He's hoping for a better angle on this black ball. I mean, there's no other red on other than that one up table. Needs to get off the cushion. Let's have a look at that. Well, he can catch the side of the pack here if he jacks up and thumps this in. Unless there's a plant that he spotted somewhere. And that will do. That's worked out pretty well. Now the next red could possibly be that one into the side, or either one of these 2 into the corner, more likely that one. Because he's got the angle off this black to just stun up the table into this sort of area here. Depending on the weight of shot will depend on what ball he's going to choose, but you get into this area, it gives you that choice. And he's going to take the one into the side and needs to get off the cushion if he's playing for the pink next. He could stun down for the black. Needs to get out. Now, could play a slightly more attacking shot here. I think he's too straight though. He's too straight in the pink. You'd normally maybe want to run through and just nudge those reds, so he's just taking his medicine and picking off what's there, which again is a sensible thing to do, but you're always looking for that opportunity just to nudge the odd one out if you can, as long as you're pretty much assured that you're going to be on your next colour. But it's never a good thing to go into the reds off a red and hope you get on a colour. That's not the way to go about it. But already Matt's on 32. Now, looking to get a nudge this time, and again that's worked out nice. Now this is a little, well, he can play the one into the side, but I'd be more comfortable, well, unless he can run through for the brown or blue. Yes, he can. He had that option there as well. If that wasn't on, he could easily just have stunned the red in and come down for the brown or blue that way. So he had choices. It's always good to have choices in snooker, because that's how the professionals will generally play it in the early stages, where when the reds are opening up, you're looking to get into an area, although the professionals are a lot more accurate. Most of the time they're playing for a specific red each time, but there is the odd occasion where you'll get into an area just to keep the break going. But this is a great opportunity here for Matt to head for the first century of the tournament. I'll say that right now. And looking at these reds, obviously this is the two that will prevent that from happening. But he's got enough time to get a nudge, a little bump. That just needs to keep running, because he wants that one in the middle of them there. I think he can get it. Yep, he can comfortably get it. And it might be that he's looking for a stun off the black into those two reds, but it would be, if he had left himself a higher angle, he might still be able to try it. But you're having to thump the black ball in to try and come up and get a bump and hope you still land on that red there. But it's risky. But if you're trying to get the century, you've got to take some risk at a certain point. But I think he's just going to bide his time, because these aren't set anywhere. And looking at that red there, that might go if the other one's out the way, if you can get on this one good, but it's very, very tight. The break goes to 60. Now Matt will be thinking about those two reds. I mean, he's just waiting for the chance where he can take that risk and give them a nudge. Let's have a look at them from the other side. Yeah, they're not going anywhere fast. The brown obviously is blocking a path up to the corner pocket, and he finished way too low in the black here. He's going to be heading up country and around the table taking the black. And he's miscued. Well, at least he hit the black, so the break ends in 66. And that'll more or less assure him of frame number 4. There's still the 59 points in the table, but it's a forlorn hope here for Coldest play. It's a big ask to dig your way out of this, but you've got to basically take the 4 reds and blacks, but the black is gone, and so this frame is over. Although I don't know whether Matt's got a shot though. Well, he's got the plant he can try making, and that's it. black over the pocket. So it's 4 frames to 0. Well, I'm assuming that Coldest Pillow will just concede and we can go on with the next one, because it is a forlorn hope to try and get anything out of that frame. So Matt to break off frame number 5. Now the black's immediately tied up, but there is a pot on. You've got to make sure you get in behind the black. Now again, quick look at the pack, see if there's anything on. And there doesn't look to be. Well, I thought it was going to run into the jaws there. Well, the target area for the safeties is down here. So you're running off the pack and come in this direction to try and get down behind a brown or green. And that's way too weak. That ain't going to get there. This looks better. That's excellent. That's exactly, I mean, a snooker player sees those shots every day of the week. And so Matt gets his reward. We've not got an awful lot of choices here, but he's got the red, which is a cut into the side. He's got the one that's above the black, and he's going to be colliding with the black. I think he's got to watch the pace in this. He wants to try and nudge the black open like that. That was well done. Now, I don't know whether he can hold for this red there. He's obviously got this one here he can play for. That's a more sort of guaranteed chance of a follow-up red. And that's pretty good. I don't know, I mean, he could go forward, but he'd have to go forward with left-hand side to check the cue ball off the cushion, I think. I'm not sure. Well, he's not even interested in that. But the target now is to get some of those reds cleared at the back of the bunch there. Quick look. He's having a look at the black. You see, this black is not what to play for. What he wants to do is just come through for the pink. He's gone actually a wee bit too far in the pink. He actually wanted to be sort of there. He was hoping that he might get a shot in the black, but it was too much of a small target to get onto that black. And now he's having to just screw back a little bit. Now, where's the pink going? It's up in the brown spot, so that's took away one of his options for a colour, and he's overcut the red. So Coldest Pillow has a chance here to get some points on the board, although the black's blocked into the side by that, or into the corner by that red, I think. Well, it'll go in off the jaw. It's very tight. And that was well done. From that other side there, it looked as if it was the pocket was blocked, but when you get round behind it, you could see that there was just enough room off the jaw for it to go in. Well, that's the all or nothing shot there to get the black and split the reds, but of course you don't get the black and you leave everything wide open. But Matt's going to have to get a decent pot in here to start with. And this cue ball, if he takes the one at the bottom of those two, the cue ball should go through the gap, either for the bulk colour, maybe the pink or the blue. Well, he's went for the top one, and it needs to slow up. And that'll do. Yeah, at least he's got the brown. Now the brown is going to end up on the black spot, so he'll at least have two colours up the other end of the table, with the pink being, well, that's a big blunder by Matt. That's his worst shot of the day, because look at all the reds that were there for him. He basically had to pot the brown and get up the table. He was guaranteed to be on a red. Now here's a chance for Coldest Pillow to get some more points on the board. Didn't want to run into the black though. But it's still a fairly comfortable black along the cushion. I mean, this is a fairly straightforward black. Well, at least it is in VP4. Well, this is an open invitation for Coldest Pillow to show us what their game is about in snooker. And that needs to hit something. Way too heavy with the screw shot, and now he's in no man's land. Yeah, that's what happens. You get yourself out of line, you're in trouble. And now Matt can feast himself and take himself to within one frame of victory here with the way these reds are sitting. Well, he just blocked himself out on the black, so just a gentle roll in the blue will rescue the situation. And while this is happening, I'll just have a quick check on the latest football scores. Now, I'm just going to read for anybody that's still there. Well, there's only 3 on YouTube, one of which is me, so I don't know how many's on Twitch. Probably not a lot. But if you were watching Friday Night 9-Ball last night, I was mentioning about Keith. Most of you will know who I'm talking about with Keith, who's an old-time VP player from Northern Ireland. The guy with the driving license, with the number plate as his handle for VP4, Bite Me or Buy Time or whatever it is. He caught some of Friday Night 9-Ball last night, and I had mentioned that I'd seen on Facebook that he had posted that he's got to have 2 operations on his shoulders. And he says to me, he says, I watched some of your stream last night as I was interested to see the draw for the snooker. I seen my name mentioned and seen you are unsure what's going on with me at the moment. I have frozen shoulders. I got it shortly after COVID around January 2022. It's a condition that tissue, etc., grows around the ball of your shoulder, restricting movement and causing extreme pain and discomfort. I am unable to sit at the desk, a desk because of this. It's keyhole surgery to fix them, and hopefully I won't have to wait too long. I'll be back playing virtual pool when I get sorted. I will be doing a hard wipe on my system to see if I can get VP4 working soon, but I can only play games lying in bed with my shoulders relaxed, so not ideal for virtual pool. So that's just to let you know Keith's predicament at the moment. Well, he hasn't had a lot to do him any favours over the last couple of years. He ended up in hospital with COVID, and now he's got this affliction. Meanwhile, Matt's on 37, trying to clear the colours. That was an interesting thing that Popman said in the chat earlier on in the virtual pool lobby. I noticed that when I came back. I was watching the snooker. Matt had sent me a PM that I missed about his match start, and I noticed Popman said good luck in the snooker to me. So I don't know what he meant by that, whether he thinks I'm signed up for the tournament or not. Well, he misses the blue, but he's now 5-0 up, 35 in front with only 18 in the table. This is all over. So we are just gone an hour and 5 minutes, and we've played 5 frames of snooker. So that's how quick it can go when you can make reasonable enough contributions on your visits. You can quickly take that frame away from your opponent as easily as that. Well, Matt tried to drag the pace off of that red there and hoping to get a nice hit on the black ball. He didn't. So once again, a chance here with 3 or 4 reds out in the open for Coldest Pillow to put something together. That one at the back there goes as well. So that one goes, this one goes. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds to work around at the moment. Although the black going on its spot has just killed that. And didn't really try anything there to get that cue ball out onto something else. Well, this is a nasty cut into the side. Oh, that was well done. It's a bonus 7 points, but it really should be end of break. Got to be ducking up table here. So a few little sort of consolation points here for Coldest Pillow. Now Matt can use the black ball as a stopper. He could also use that red on the top cushion. That's probably the one he's looking at, but I don't think he can get to it. He can't get to it. He's going to have to play that red, and he's just looking to see what he's going to do with the black ball when he hits it. It looks as if it's going to the cushion rather than the pocket. He'll settle for that. I'm just checking the football scores at the moment, that's why I'm quiet. Well, we've now got a bit of a mess with the pink and blue and black all in awkward spots. And that red's going to be over the pocket in a minute. Matt has to hope he can find the line behind the green, and I think he has done. Trying a little swerve around this, or trying to go at the cushion first. Well, the red does go. The only problem is avoiding that other red to try and get out onto the black. When you finish here, you can get onto the black. Well, he's missed the red, avoided the collision on it, and he can get the black back in its spot. This will be his next red, so he's got to go high enough, and he's overhit it, has he? No, he's okay. Well, he's got to roll forward to the cushion and come back inside a little here for this red. And he's coming the other side, needs to keep running. I would have much preferred to go that side, because going that side you're less likely to run into that red there. Now he can't avoid it, so he's got to try and brush off the reds. He's probably ended up with a double kiss there, which is why he's ended up in nothing. So again, green and brown is a target, but he hasn't hit that. Left that 4 foot short of where it should have been. It should have been up there. Shot to nothing on here for Matt. That one there into the corner, cue ball that way, back down here. Well, he's following the line, but Coldest Pillow has a shot. Well, Matt can get dirty here. He's a bit awkward, I think, but he can try just bumping that red up the table and coming in behind the brown. And that will work. Although this red's leaking out. Well, he was wanting that red to collide with something up there. And, well, the saving grace for Matt is the black doesn't go. It's blocked that side. And really all it's going to be is maybe 3 points if he can get the yellow. But got to come down this right side. The angle's there to do it. And this looks good pace. Oh, it's maybe slowing up now. Well, it's in the worst possible spot. I don't know whether there's it's hard to say whether there's enough of that red showing for into the middle pocket, but this is a nasty cutback, and that was well done. Oh, he doesn't want the green going in, and that's unlucky, and that tells you it ain't going to be your day. Well, Matt's got the choice of playing or giving this back. He's having a look up table at the moment, which is why we don't see his cue. He's just assessing the lay of the table and he's decided to give it back. And that's the one thing you don't want to do. Well, Matt might get crazy here and try a smack into these reds and hope he gets on a colour. He's got an angle to try it, just to open it up and try and get this match done and dusted. Nope, he's just biding his time. Again, no harm in that. You know, don't get crazy. If that was Stubb would have probably done that. Well, Matt, I think's in the same position Coldest play was in. This red, I think, just goes, yeah, and off the jaw. He's got a bit too much angle, I think, to try and hold for that red in the top cushion. Well, he's trying to drag it off. The problem with that is he's dragged it off too much and in off the blue. He had the right idea, but I think it was far too much angle to try and hold the cue ball there. So, Coldest play has a free ball. And the reason it's a free ball is that from ball in hand in the bulk area, you couldn't see either side of those reds or that one there. So it ends up being a free ball. Oh, he's ended up getting a double kiss there, and that wasn't a great shot. And Max went for it this time. Can try it again off the blue. Maybe have to check the cue ball a bit to try and deflect it into those reds. Well, in the end, he then, I don't know what he tried. I think he was just trying to get a little brush to nudge something out. Well, trying to use the black here, I think. Nope, going for a double, which in most occasions you never do in snooker, because you never have a clue where the red's going to end up. But he's almost got away with this, I think. Matt can have a go at the pot. He's more than likely, depending on the pace he plays this at, he could be on the black. And he's overcut it slightly. And the cue ball ended up on the bulk colours instead of running down for the black. So Coldest Pillow is 3 points behind. Now that red will go from that side. Obviously doesn't go from this side, but that was almost a disaster there. It will go into the middle. And it's going to catch the blue. Now with that red moving out the way, that red doesn't pass the other one, but if you can get on this side of it, it goes into the middle pocket. Looking for a little cannon, and he's missed it. So again, that red does not go as far as I'm concerned. Trying to use the black there for cover, almost got away with it there. And Coldest fellow's got to be careful, because there's a chance he'll leave this red on next to the blue. Got to get cover here, and he hasn't, I don't think. The red is on, and so this is Matt's chance to seal this match. Seven-point lead at the moment, which now goes to 8, which should go to 15 with the black. This looks good pace, little bounce off the cushion. So the red takes the lead to 16. The black takes it to 23. So yellow and green, well, he's playing the blue to make sure he can get on the yellow, so he should be home and dry here, as long as he doesn't snooker himself behind the blue, and he hasn't done that. So into the little gap, unless he wants to come around the other side of the green, in behind the brown, and that's where he's going. And again, he's judged that well. That's a perfect angle in the green to just drop through for the brown into the other pocket, the other corner pocket, if he wants to. Oh, he's coming back for it in the same pocket. And this brown will just make sure 100% that this match is over. So it's a comfortable win for Matt. There's trouble ahead for him, of course, because there's other high quality players in the tournament. But that was a bit painful for Coldest Pillow, but he came up against a quality player in VP4 as far as the snooker goes, so well done to Matt. Coldest Pillow now moves over to the one loss side, which I believe is races to 4. We'll have a quick look and see how that shapes up. Obviously very early stages, there's only a couple of matches have been arranged, but Matt is now through. And when I say a step up, it most certainly is a step up, because Matt now goes through to play the winner of the match between Larry and Tommy, and that will be an interesting one to watch. This is taking a while to update, but he's definitely through. It should, there we go, I've refreshed it manually, so there he's through. So he's waiting on Larry or Tommy, and well, what did I do that for? That wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to go down there. So we can see that we've got Aussie Mick against Spectre Dawn, which is on Sunday night at, or tell a lie, not Sunday night, Sunday afternoon I think, at 3 PM. Now again, I'll be working till 2, and then I have to get something to eat, so I won't probably catch that match on Sunday afternoon. And then a week today, I believe, at 8 PM. We'll get Mr. Sharkey against Semi-Pro. I won't get that one either because, again, it's at 8 PM and I'll be working next Sunday. So, as I say, it's going to be difficult for me to catch a lot of these matches. Probably more likely on my day off, and then just hope that Slim can do a few of them if he can't. So, more matches to come. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again someday soon, whenever that might be. I don't know, but until we do, take care, and I'll bid you good afternoon.